Welcome back to Captain America Super Soldier. Alright, it's finally time to confront the AA gun battery.
It'll be tough to reach. Maybe if I...
Oh shit.
No time. It's too well guarded.
So we need to find a different way to sabotage it.
Oh, now it's well guarded. It's just when he sat there and he saw like one of them.
Well, as you can see, Luis, it's not too much of a problem.
Okay, in terms of a line kind of being a line trying to sell the danger being undermined by what's on screen, nothing I've seen has been as bad as that line in Battlefield Earth, where a guy said there's two enemies closing fast even though they're going at a bloody snail's pace.
It's like in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where they keep running.
Yeah.
Basically, for this mini section, I have to pass this particular container trenches section. I don't know what this is.
I've always found that joke hilarious.
I'm betting my shield is tougher.
Alright, let's see. Might as well try it. There you go.
Yeah, sorry
that
about
works.
that. I messed up. Let's try again.
Well, nobody saw it, don't worry. But yeah, basically for this one you had to sever the support cables.
Bring it to me! Now! I want to choke the life out of it myself!
There! Another key.
There we go. Almost there.
One more should do it.
This tower is very fragile, in terms of supports.
Well, that's what happens when you use very experimental technology.
Alright. Well, the good news at least is that we can deal with it very easily. Oh.
Want me to give you a hand, rather?
A feast. The feast of freedom.
That's America's fist right there.
America broke your ribs.
It's actually a nice way in how they incorporated the classic Captain America throwing a punch against Hitler, scene
Yeah.
as a super move. Keep in mind that you have two more different types of super moves to use, but I will start showing them a bit later on. Oh, there we go. Actually, one immediately. The weaponized mechanic. By consuming two focus bar pieces, you can actually, there you go, force an enemy to use his weapon against his comrades like this. Sometimes, if it's an enemy with a rifle, you will use like that, or like a sniper scope. But in the case of a Scorcher here, you will be able to blast the shit out of everyone with plasma.
Okay, gonna need to borrow your weapon, okay?
And it still counts as an insta-kill because Cap pretty much kills the enemy afterwards. So it's ideal to use. There we go.
No, Joe, but that's not how Chris Evans sounds. You have to sound a bit more.
So much for their long-range air defenses.
Yeah.
I wasn't
need to have
really...
a Brooklyn accent as well. So.
I know.
Yeah. Oh great, 2 snipers. Yeah, I just defeated a battalion, but 2 snipers are definitely gonna be the end of me. Ow. There you go, 1. Anytime. Ow. Alright, I'll just finish it myself then. There we go.
1, 2, skip a few.
Already lost, American. Strike one of us down and 2 more will take his place. No one can overcome such odds. Surrender now and I will show mercy.
Sure, whatever you said, buddy.
Sure, and then maybe pigs will fly.
Captain America to base. Come in. Over.
Cap, it's Peggy. Go ahead.
Long-range air defenses are down. Repeat, the invaders are clear for drop.
Yay.
And just in time.
Basically, we're gonna get support from Bucky, Down Dugan, Pulseward, and Nikita, I think.
Are you certain you took out all the long-range guns?
What do you see?
That's a bigger gun.
Now, I thought I was going to say, it turns out I am in charge of this base. Die, Captain America.
Well, remember what Howard Stark
deploying something new.
Well, MCU Howard
More
Stark
Zola's
used to
hellish
say,
machinery.
war is about having a
One's
bigger stick
definitely
than the
a
other
gun.
guy.
Yeah.
Can you reach it?
Not in time.
Should we abort?
Funny, I thought.
Okay,
what-
Steve is
what-
about now to take. Steve is actually about to take a risk for this one.
Negative. Proceed as planned.
Well, I always thought Howard Stark would have had another phrase that he says a lot.
Well,
So yeah.
He didn't say that a lot. It's just something that Tony mentioned in the first movie.
So yeah,
I know. I thought a phrase he'd be using a
The
lot would be
big
like,
red
"Go away, I'm busy." Or something.
So yeah, if the gun cannot be sabotaged, Capel is gonna try instead to sabotage the radar dish, the thing that the Hydra soldiers are using to aim the fucking
If I
thing.
can wreck
So
that dish, the gun will be firing blind.
there you go.
At least then the invaders would have a fighting
Actually,
chance.
that's actually a good strategy.
1, 2, 3.
Surprise!
Surprise, asshole!
No need to open the door. Just let myself in.
Strucker is the least of your worries.
Ha!
Yep.
He's got a point.
Thankfully for this initial section, you don't really, you can even take your time because, you know, the invaders are just floating around, avoiding the gunfire.
I forgot if you already said it. Do we
Go
know,
on.
do we know who wrote this game?
Yes, actually. Christos and Gage. That's an interesting name. But if I recall correctly, he has experience with you know, other superhero video games. If I recall correctly, he was one of the co-writers for Spider-Man PS4.
Huh.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let me check again just to be sure.
So I'm guessing he's the guy that Marvel Games tends to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That racket
Let me
will
check
bring you
again.
business.
But again, I know that he has a
It'll do the most
medium resume, not too
Looks like a low down
extensive,
call.
but should be still fine. Alright, let's play some explosive in the meantime.
Gotta work my way
It's
up
not
to place the rest
for
of these
immediate
explosives
detonation,
fast.
but you know, for
Invaders
just
will
for
be
later.
Reach the dome. Dispatch the servicemen. I'll deal with it personally.
Sure you will, buddy.
Oh,
Sure
the
you will.
voice doesn't sound to
Lots of
be
weight
any
on
more
that.
radio.
Little explosive
Hmm.
putty should go a long way.
Ah, Captain. So good to meet you in person.
There he is, Baron von Strucker with his signature weapon, the Satan Claw.
Like your country.
And you look just like every other goose stepper I've put down tonight.
Hardly. I am Baron von Strucker. I am nobility.
Ooh.
I am your death. And the death of all you hold dear.
How many times I've heard that one before?
Baron von Strucker.
Voiced by Kai Wolf. He actually has an expensive, you know, resume in voicing in video games.
You're not worried, Wiz. He does not die off screen in this game.
Yeah, we already went through this. Now the point, yeah, there you go. The point now is that Cap has to punch his face to progress. So might as well.
Fool, you have no concept of what you face.
I actually especially like the music for this particular sequence because it actually builds up for the entire situation. Now, this is your first major boss fight in the game, which actually, unlike the Batman Arkham games that we were discussing in the previous part, instead of actually giving you like a giant boss fight that rams into you have to ram into a wall before attacking, instead applies the rules of beat 'em up just in its own way. For example, Strucker has a couple of different attacks that you have potentially to counterattack. You can use a grab move onto him, you can use a super move of him, like he did. Also the disarm move to actually project a sort of electricity arc around to kill all the other moves. So the game actually allows a lot of freedom, but just, you know, customize the enemy to make sure that, well, it's a boss fight instead of just a, you know, a mook. Which is pretty much how a boss fight for this kind of game should be, in my opinion. Like, I don't mind. Again, I don't mind too much of the bosses in the Arkham series, but you know, this one is actually much better. And the others that will follow also will follow this rule in some capacity.
Well, that's just the thing, Jay. I mean, by all means, you and almost everyone else when it comes to the original Asylum game, because that game runs on the trope Elite Mook boss for most of it.
Hold on. Anyway, after you delete him as much health, you need to do some quick time by yeeting out of the balcony. Oh, I'm sure he's totally dead, so we can proceed forward.
Alright, now line up. I need some practice for when I meet Hitler.
You've
There
already
you go.
done it several times.
Crystal's engage.
but I want to make the next time extra
Crystal's
special.
Engage has brought for a couple of TV series like The Breed,
explosives will take us
Law and Order,
Now for the
the
dish
Netflix Daredevil series, Hawaii Five-O, and in terms of video game, Captain America: The Super Soldier, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man PS4. But he's mostly a comic book writer as well. Let me check what he's
nice.
specialized in.
Plant some explosives in the radar dish. You can't risk it
Let me
surviving
see.
the blast.
He has worked for a lot of the Wildstorm imprint.
My condolences regarding that Amazing
finish with the
Spider-Man
explosives.
2 game
Drop
because
plane
the
is
story
sitting
in that was awful.
Well, I mean, if he did a bad job writing it, then
Well, I think the story was the least of its problem. It was how the gameplay mechanics were
Oh, the
implemented
gameplay
to accommodate
mechanics
to
were
it.
definitely the worst thing, but the story, and yes. This was sort of, kind of, a story adapting off the original movie. But I'll just say this, a lot of the stuff from the original movie does not even show it, to the point where the final boss is not even a villain from the movie. It's Carnage instead. So, yeah, so let's just say that story is actually quite possibly the most original of the adaptations.
Alright, hold on. The new game mechanic. There you go. As you may have noticed also in one previous part, you need to actually have the wires connected, but not too much, otherwise Cap will take massive damage. Keep in mind, you are not really allowed to waste time here, especially in the harder modes, because sure, you have like 5 minutes. You start with a generous 5 minutes, but as you will see, planting the explosive will not be super easy after all.
Job, a question.
There we go.
In the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game, is there a recreation of that scene from the movie?
Hold on.
Where Electro plays
Oh,
it?
for fuck's sake.
No, dudes, there's not.
And now you have to defeat him in less than 4 minutes. Good luck.
That's fun.
Oh boy, timed boss is my favorite.
And this is also reflected by the music, pretty much telling you hurry the fuck up, dipshit.
Oh, okay, that's the important question. Tail, how tight is the time? Does the game give you more time than you should be?
I argue yes. Maybe the real challenge is when, of course, you're trying to do this in normal. Keep in mind, I'm playing on normal. This is the game where I wanted to do the exception and try to risk playing on normal mode instead of easy for my blind playthrough. And as you will see, I will actually beating with a decent amount of margin. And keep in mind by also screwing up a couple of times like now.
I see he busts out some new moves for a second phase, of course.
Yeah, especially when you fail one of his grabs.
But yeah, the way this cutscene, sorry, the way this boss battle is constructed, at least without removing the moves from being in.
Yeah.
The whole, close up between the cameras with the punch and shit reminds me a bit of Snake versus Ocelot at the end of MGS4 a bit.
Yeah. Again, it seems clear that the people involved with this game, actually had a good, idea, direction on what they wanted to do, how to construct it, and to use their budget. Because all the other examples we've seen so far have managed to fail in pretty much all of this.
Yeah.
That's just this game in a nutshell.
Well, they actually had a competent developer for this one. So. Also Jova. Let's face it though, Jova. When it comes to creativity in Marvel games, nothing beats the Hulk suddenly being transported into a giant fucking body.
Oh, that. Again, that was something that was not even from the comics, so... Yeah, props for
Oh, you
trivia.
can get much more creative than that.
I'll say.
Well, I mean, just because something isn't from the comics doesn't mean it can't be good.
No. That's not what we were saying. What we're saying is that scene is creative. It's just creative in the way that's confusing because it comes out of nowhere. It makes no sense, and it's never properly explained.
Yeah, and it has no basis
There you go.
in the comics.
There you go. I actually beat it with less than 2 minutes on the countdown. Dealing with the other enemies is piece easy. So as you can see, the game is actually very general in this section, but it thanks to the music and everything, it does the job of keeping you in suspense.
Oh, dude, that's not the issue at all. Like,
No, I
plenty
was
of-
telling that to Dweebs as well, since he raised it.
Well, I know, I just wanted to expand upon my point though. Oh my, this is cutscene.
Yeah, because it's gonna blow! Actually, pretty much after all of this is just cutscenes, because we basically ended the first major act of the game. Let's see if it works as intended. Shit! Oh well, they managed to parachute at the very least, but yeah, it's coming here, the plane. Oh, you're still alive.
That
How many times do we have to kill you before you stay?
Oof.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Well,
Okay, let's go more explosions.
well, well, you know what they say, go for free.
This is what happens when Captain America freezes my shield.
Something explodes and doesn't just yield. So there you go. Unfortunately, while Strucker is still alive, we're not really gonna see him for the rest of the game, because I guess Hydra is essentially just, you know, deranks him or something. But here is your next main villain, which it will take a bit of time to show. Iron Cross. Basically a sort of robot piloted inside by a person. It's a bit hard to explain, but it's resembling a concept from Warhammer 40k.
Hey, you know, Tio.
But hold on. Now it's time, because now Steve has been weakened, so it's time to meet formerly the other major villains.
We will make our own shields. And shut up.
Take it for analysis.
Stop.
Oof.
And swine means pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, what a pleasure to meet face to face. I am
I mean, again, I learned that from
How
Downfall.
wonderful that you have
No,
avoided
I just looked it up on the
show off
internet.
my laboratory facilities. I trust Iron Cross is treating you very well.
That chick,
Afraid he was a
that
bit,
chick has Madison's face.
earlier.
His condition is adequate for our purposes.
Oh, how rude of me, Captain. This is
There you go,
my
Dweebs. That girl from the movie The Wolverine. This is the character she was loosely based off.
Yeah.
Powerful in your small-minded military, huh?
I know a lady named Peggy who'd love to show you how
Sure.
wrong.
Struggle all you like. It will do you no good. But I find
I have the power to reduce the frame rate.
disturbed you.
Yeah, sadly this is one of the cases where the frame rate tanks for the
For
cutscene.
his experiments. By the time your strength returns, of course, you'll have outlived your usefulness.
And yes,
Not necessarily,
there you go.
madam.
There you go. Like,
really no need for
because
this
he's
unpleasant
just
Captain.
that cartoonishly
great
evil, Zola decides to pull
I seek perfection.
you know, you should
And
join
you
me,
Embody it.
Wolf.
We should be allies, you and I.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, snap.
Oh no, my friend. That would be you.
And then Captain America
That's-
wakes up and says,
Oh, that's
"Oh,
very
I
rude.
The late Dr. Erskine was a brilliant man. I have worked to recreate his super soldier serum for some time now, using fragmentary nodes and
probably not the
samples of
best.
the Red Skull's blood. But they represent
But
his
yeah, that's the thing, Jova. Now
earth
with
and
Cap, he
results
actually has a, you know, living specimen.
Oh,
flawed.
crud.
But now, with your kind cooperation, using your blood samples and the observations I've made of you in combat,
No, personal
surely
space,
you
man.
realize you have only survived this long because I wished to test your capabilities.
Sure.
I finally have the missing pieces I need to perfect the serum, to complete Project Masterman, to create an army of Hydra
That's
agents,
not a
powerful
good
as
thing. So
Yeah.
Then he is
Anyone who knows anything
No,
about
not
Madam
yet, I'm
Hydra can
afraid.
tell you you
I
don't
need
want to
him
be.
intact until my research is complete. Keep him secured, but unharmed.
Alright then. So, how will Cap get out of this one? Tune in next time to find out.
Anyway, Tio, I gotta tell you something. If
Yeah?
if Baron Strucker is not killed in this game, then that means that this could be canon with the MCU.
Wait,
hold
not
on,
exactly,
hold on,
Jova,
hold on.
because remember, the character acted like that's their first encounter with him, you know.
Well, does he really though? In fact, do they even
Yes,
actually
and also
meet in
the age doesn't match because you know he's
Oh.
already old here.
Oh, but that is the thing about the age thing. See, it turns out it's established in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that there are some Nazis from Hydra who actually found this sort of anti-aging serum, which allows them to sort of be quasi-immortal of sorts.
I forgot that. But so okay, it's good for a headcanon, I suppose. Anyway, see you for the next part where Cap will get out of this one somehow.
See you then.
Yeah.
See ya.